Today, as you can see, we are in the kitchen, and today we're going to be baking a strawberry cake. So the ingredients are some self-rising flour, custard sugar, cream, butter, 3 eggs, granadilla sauce, and some strawberries. And of course some mixing tools and also a cooking pan, a cake pan. And then, so that's what we are going to need. So the first thing we are going to do, we're going to put this aside. We're going to bring out your custard sugar and your 3 eggs. Then you want to get a fork that is usable for your mixture. And then you're going to want to crack the eggs. And before doing this, I recommend you preheat the oven so you don't have to wait another long time for the oven to be preheated. So we want to crack the eggs. You don't have to take anything out of the eggs unless you're allergic to it. Like the egg white, you don't have to take that. So now we're going to put in some custard sugar. And also I am using the recipe from Mary Berry's cookbook. So she has some amazing recipes. And the only thing that didn't work out was the one time my mom tried to make ginger biscuits. And they tasted, I have to say, sorry mother, they tasted horrible. And so I think it's because the flour wasn't labeled, because usually when we get flour we put it in a jar and label it. So I think that's the reason why she didn't, that's why it didn't taste so good. So here's my eggs and custard sugar, and now we are going to use the electric mix to mix it. So I didn't mention that's how the way you know it's ready. So the way you know it's ready is when you mix it, it should leave sort of like a footprint, if you know what I mean. So it should leave a mark that someone was mixing it. So like as you can see, it sort of leaves a mark. So that's how you know that your mixture is ready for the next step. So now we're going to bring in the sift, and now you're going to get the flour and you're going to sift it inside your mixture. You want to do it piece by piece, like I'm doing half. So you don't want to put it all in once, and then you're going to want to mix it gently. And professional bakers call it folding. So now I've sifted some of it in, and I'm gonna mix it, aka folding it. Gently mix it. Here's a tip my mom always says. What's the point? You can always fall down, but it's your choice to get up. So it means you can fail a lot of times, but it's your choice if you want to succeed. So you don't want to do it too fast, or else it's kind of like if you mix it too fast, it's like the eggs are not there. So, as you can see, I'm sifting the other part of the flour, and you want to do it gently again. As you can see, mine is getting a bit thick. I wonder if you can make Play-Doh out of this. Must be really yummy. this is turning out it's a really easy recipe, I think. I thought it was gonna be like, you're gonna have to buy a bunch of things. Well, of course, if you want to bake, you're going to have to buy things like flour, but we always have some flour in the storeroom. And also things like the cake pan, I have the clip one, so you can, some people have to use a knife to take out the cake, but you can just take off the clip and it's ready. So, to mix it too fast or else it's like the eggs are not there. So now I'm done with this part. So first you just want to clear everything out of the way, and here I have my baking paper. So I want to measure my pan over here. As you can see, as I said earlier, that is a clip. So you want to do it quick before the mixture, sort of like fades away. So now we've traced the pan, and we're just gonna want to cut it. So now we can put this away for the day. You want to do this really, really quickly. I have to say, it's hard to cut this paper because it's really thin, it's fluffy. So as you can see, I have my perfect circle, and you want to grease the pan before you put anything inside it. I am greasing with butter, but I was going to grease with the spray, but my mother said that, if I grease with the spray, you're going to have to go outside, and it's really cold, and it means you're going to have to move the camera all the way outside. So now I've greased the sides of the pan. Now you want to put in your baking paper. The reason why we put it at the bottom, beneath the baking paper, is so that the baking paper can sort of like stick. I want to make sure it sticks to the bottom, and now you're gonna want to put some butter on top of that. So now we are done with the butter, and you want to clean your hands after doing this. So I have to say, during this lockdown, we have like a lot of time to bake. But some teachers, some schools hear that they give their children more work because they expect them to do more things during lockdown. But, at our school, it's sort of like that, sort of not. So, here's my greased pan. Don't put too much. And, yeah. So now, you're going to want to pour in your recipe. If you have two pans, then you could do that. You could put one in, you can put some of the mixture in one pan, some of the mixture in that pan, but we don't have two pans. That could really come in handy. You'll find out when you're done. And I'm giving you guys an update of the book I just read. The book I just read, and I'm going to do a book review later on in the future, is The Boy Who Hardens the Wind. I don't really know the person who wrote it. Well, it says so in the book, but I don't know his name by memory. I just know his surname is something like Kwambama. But if you guys want to see that book review, it will be posted in a couple of days after this one, I think. Or before this video, I don't know. And the book I am reading right now is my sister's book called Cloudburst. So, It took my sister a long time to read that book, a really long time. Okay, so make sure you get all of this inside the pan. Most of it. Alright. So after this, I'm going to put it in the oven. And make sure if you're not old enough, make sure you get an adult to help you put it inside the oven. So let's put it inside the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Now the oven is at 170 degrees. I'm going to pick it up and put it inside the oven. Remember to get an adult to help you. So now, while we do that, we are going to prepare the toppings while we wait for it to settle in and do its job. So I am tidying up and to be a little organized for the next step. So let's go into fast types up, we should call it. So right now I have the Mary Berry cookbook in front of me. First you want to get the whipping cream ready. So for this step you're also going to need a granadilla pulp. Also you can get some fresh granadilla at the local store anyway. But if granadillas are not in season, of course you can just get the granadilla pulp. So we are not going to whip the cream right now because we're going to have to whip the cream when the cake is ready. So we are going to have to slice our fresh strawberries and then we are going to do the next step. First I'm cutting all the leaves off. So also make sure the green parts does not get into the strawberries when you cut it. Because that could happen and we don't want some harvest in our cake. So you're going to cut these thinly, and if you cannot cut them thinly enough, make sure you get an adult to help you. So there are many different ways of cutting them. The ways I'm going to show you is cutting them into four and cutting them thinly. So the first thing you want to do is for thinly is you just want to, do it. You just want to slice in between in one straight line. So I guess that slice is already. Once again, get an adult to help you. So here are some of them. You can even do different patterns on the cake, like a flower and other simple things. The way you cut them into four, you cut it in half, and you turn it, and you cut it in half again. Just like that. Then now you have four easy pieces. So let's get cutting away. Now here are our strawberries, and of course I left some behind just in case I did a little too much. So now we are going to take the cake out of the oven because it's ready. With an adult assistant. As you can see, the cake looks really delicious, as you can see. So with mine I just have to unclip it. Oh, there we go. See? We get it unclip it. And now we have our cake. So first we are going to have to take the cake off. So we can leave it to cool before we get onto any other step. So you're going to have to use a knife or something that will take the cake off the pan. And so now you're going to have to take off the wrapping paper. Once again, I'm going to use my knife. I'm going to turn it on its stomach. So now, our cake is, we are going to have to leave our cake to cool down while we make our whipping cream. I'm just going to have to flip it back. So delicious. So guys, since our cake has cooled off, we are going to get onto the next part, which is whipping the cream. So first you want to pour your cream inside the bowl, and then you're going to whip it with an electric mixer. So now let's get mixing. Make sure the wire does not get inside the way because things can get a little messy and other things also could happen. How you know that your cream is ready is to make sure it is thick enough, like how the texture you want, and not runny like this. So let's carry on mixing. As you can see, mine is getting pretty thick, but I don't really think it's thick enough, because it seems a bit runny, as you can see. So I don't want it to soak down inside the cake sponge, because then what's the point of having it? It's like just putting milk. You can just put milk. So make sure it's thick, that it doesn't soak into your cake sponge. And also I'm really surprised that there's no baking powder involved. And so it means this is a really easy recipe. So now I pretty much think that it's ready. If you mix it too much, it will become like crumbs. As you can see, it's nice and ready. Not too watery. So let's get into the next step. So now we are going to put the pulp on top of our cake. Just act like it's bread, because you don't want to, put over you don't want to do it messy. So just act like it's bread. Ooh, it's opened a little bit. Let's put it over here. So I'm pretty sure this is enough. Now we're gonna put our cream. I hope it doesn't slide off. So as you can see, I'm putting on the cream. To me, this looks like a pie, I have to say. So as you can see, we are putting on the cream. It looks pretty good so far, and it's going to look good at the end. This end over here. One more scoop, not too much. So here we go. We're going to put on the strawberries. So you can put your strawberries in like flower patterns, anything you like. I'm going to put a little flower pattern over here. As you can see, it's a cute little flower star. So we are going to do this all around the cake, and you know, there can be some remainders. You can eat the remainder strawberries. I'm pretty sure I'm going to eat the remainder strawberries. I'm going to feast off them. This looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to do one more flower, and then I'm going to put the strawberries wherever they are, you know, wherever I put them. Put the strawberries wherever we want to put them. I'm going to put one in this little space over here, and one space over here, and over here. We're going to put some over there, some over here, some over here, some over here, some over there. Okay, so as you can see, you don't have to use all of them. You can of course eat some of them. And I can't wait for the tasting tests. That's my favorite part. Because what's the point of baking if you don't eat it? Like I always tell my mom, what's the point of buying it if you do not eat it? Because she always hides the sugary stuff wherever she wants to put them, and then I say, what's the point of buying it if you do not eat it? So let's get cleaned up, and we're going to have the tasting test. I am so happy how it turned out, and let's cut the cake and have a tasting test. Of course, you need to cut it within the adult's assistance, and this is getting fluffy. So then we have a tasting test of this beautiful cake. It's really good. It's like really nice and sweet. It's not too sweet, it's not a little amount of sugar, it's just the right amount of sugar. The cream is also bravo. And I think I would do this again. I really love this recipe. I could eat this every day, to be honest. I'm really happy how it turned out. It's so good. So guys, the strawberries make it taste fresh. You guys don't have to use strawberries. You can put blueberries or grapes, but you can put any other fruits that suit your interest. I put strawberries like it said in the recipe. Maybe in the future if I make this again, I might put grapes, but it was really good. So I think you guys should try that out. And I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And I hope, make sure your tummies are full of delicious stuffy cake. And I hope you guys try out some different Mary Berry cookbook recipes. I have to say, like, her recipes are just amazing. That's the only word I can use. It's amazing. Scrumptious. A bit of it. My dad always says the firstborns cook and the secondborns taste.